Hello everyone, welcome back to Fraud on the Telly. In today's video, we'll be breaking down the newest episode of Attack on Titan, Traitor, an episode in which Magath apologizes and Connie and Armin are forced to fight their comrades. As always, if you liked the video or learned something new, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out our Who Could Kill Eren video, and let's crack on, shall we? On Island PARADIS, the anti-Eren alliance are trying to find a way to pursue Eren across the ocean. They have gone to the port where the plan was to steal the so-called flying boat, but the Yeagerists control the port. Hanji and Magath are surprised the Yeagerists haven't destroyed this boat already, as that would mean game over for the alliance. This is most likely because Falco doesn't know that this alliance has been formed. Yaeger explains the original plan for the ship was for it to be serviced and then piloted short distances test runs. It still needs to be serviced though, and to make matters worse, its wings are folded up, which will need to come down before they could fly it anywhere. On top of all of this, the Yeagerists control the port, and there seems to be no plan in which violence is unavoidable. Remember, many of the Yeagerists fought alongside Connie, Mikasa, Armin, and Jean as they consider them allies, if not friends. And the thought of having to hurt, let alone kill some of them, makes these people sick. Annie, in her classic cold fashion, states that unlike her and the other warriors, Mikasa and the gang wouldn't have been able to destroy the wall that day. Annie's plan to surprise attack the port is vetoed, as many of the Survey Corps members don't want to hurt their former allies. And an unrestrained attack could cause the Azumabito to get hurt as well, which would mean game over for the plan. Right then, YMIR realizes that this is what Eren must have meant when he said, "I'm the same as you." Both Eren and YMIR are capable of making the hard, horrible decisions to do what they think was right to save the world. As well, both of them drag their comrades into their respective situations, with Eren's attack on Marley forcing his comrades to come to his aid, and YMIR forcing the other warriors to stay and attack the wall. During the conversation, Hanji notices that some of the steam in the ocean has begun to subside, which she theorized means that many of the Titans must have made it to mainland Marley. Enraged, Magath grabs Elena and begins torturing her for the location of Eren. Elena says she may tell them if they were to take her along. After this, we see Magath look up to Gabby with an obvious look of regret on his face. Remember, Magath was the head of the warrior unit and responsible for turning these children into soldiers. Magath tells the Survey Corps team it is wrong to make them bear the sins of their past, simply due to their race. In a surprise move, Magath apologizes for his actions in the previous episode and for everything he's done so far, saying he's only been trying to justify his past actions in a disgusting display. A realization we've been waiting for all this time. Imagine if many others could have come to the same realization, all of this senseless violence might have been stopped. Magath says this hell won't end until they all turn away from the senseless violence, and then asks them to accept just one more act of violence for the good of humanity. However, Armin refuses, saying he's not just going to stand by with his hands clean. Inside the port, Falco is gloating to Kiyomi, saying even their nation will be trampled, which is rough when you think the Hizuru, one of the only people that actually helped the islanders, and now they're getting betrayed like this. Kiyomi cuts Falco off, saying, "You think you are saved. Nothing will change. The world will only grow smaller. You're still going to continue to kill one another as always." What a dark and real take on humanity. Attack on Titan really has been hitting different with all the things going on in the world as of late. Because the reality is she's right. Anyone that survives Eren's rumbling will grow to hate Paradis even more. In addition, infighting among the Eldian people isn't anything new. As it seems Falco is about to kill Kiyomi, he stops hearing Armin's voice. Armin must have been grinding Among Us recently, because he gives us quite the lie. Armin's plan is to attempt to secure the boat without killing anyone. In doing so, he yells to Falco, telling him the armor and cart titan have escaped, and they need the mechanics in order to fly the flying boat, even saying these titans had gone as far as to kill Jean and Yaeger. Armin and Connie ride to the ship. Daz and Samuel are in the process of rigging the ship with explosive. Somehow it seems the cat's out of the bag though, as Dan and Sam tell Armin they heard they want the boat to stop the rumbling. Armin and Connie somehow manage to play this off. I mean, look at this face. If this isn't sus, I don't know what is. As it seems Armin's plan actually might work, Falco unfortunately is just too suspicious and decides he will execute the mechanic. Suddenly, 3 shots ring out across the harbor. Back in the room, Falco is getting submitted by an old woman. Before his soldiers can come and kill Kiyomi, Mikasa comes flying in on her OBM gear. Falco manages to escape, screaming to his Yeagerists that Mikasa, Armin, and Connie are traitors and they must be killed. The Yeagerists deploy their thunder spears into the building. Mikasa barely able to escape the explosion. Magath and Hanji assist Mikasa in rescuing the Azumibito, Magath has opted for some new drip, replacing his Marley military gear with a scout jacket. Meanwhile, back on the dock, Samuel shoots Armin in the face as Armin tries to stop Dag from blowing up the boat. The amount of control Armin must have had to not transform in this moment is astounding, because the potential blast from his colossal titan would have killed everyone there who wasn't a shifter. Magath, Hanji, and the Azumibito hold up in the basement, clearing the battlefield, allowing for the grand entrance of the armored and female titan. It's been forever since we've seen Annie transform in her titan form, let alone use ODM gear. As well, it's been forever since she was with Reiner. Kind of ironic the two are back together again, still battling Eldians in PARADIS. Together, the female and armored titans destroyed the remaining Yeagerists, with both Reiner and Annie taking out groups of them with single attacks. Connie has wrestled Samuel to the ground for his gun. Armin, still blushing blood from his mouth, tackles Daz. Both of these groups struggle until Daz puts his pistol to Armin's head as Samuel emotionally screams to Connie, "Why are you doing this? I thought we were friends." From Daz and Samuel's perspective, this has got to be super confusing, as they've been friends with these people for years now, and suddenly out of nowhere to them it seems they are changing sides. Why would they support the people that they think has tortured them so much? Connie, with tears in his eyes, responds, "You are our friend," as he rips the gun away from Samuel, shooting Daz in the head to save Armin. Honestly though, I wonder if a bullet to the head could even kill Armin. We've already seen that Reiner has the ability to regenerate his head, so it does make me wonder if he was actually in any danger, even though we have no indication that Armin has any of those abilities. In a stone cold move, Connie turns the gun onto Samuel, dumping the rest of the mag into him. We see his face before he has to do this, that moment of realization as he has to kill his other friend flashing across his face. As he does so, Bertholt's words ring true in Armin's mind. Someone has to be the one to stain their hands with blood. Like Bertholdt, Armin has been put in a horrible situation where they must choose between Daz and Samuel's lives or the lives of millions of people throughout the world. And that's where our episode ends. It's interesting to see the shift in Armin's character over the last few episodes. The young, naive boy inside of him seems to have finally died. I only wonder if this will be enough to stop Eren though. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. As always, if you liked the video or just learned something new, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Go click on one of the videos on screen like now, like our Who Could Kill Eren video, where we rank all of the abilities of everyone in the anti-Eren alliance. As always, guys, stay safe out there. I will see you in the next video. Peace, love, adieu.